Hello, Collective. This is Sheila, your host for Intentional Conversations. And of course, I'm doing another podcast today. And this one is going to be about, again, um, tactics for spiritual trespassing. And this one is going to be about spiritual duplications. And I hope this message eventually will get into churches and things like that so that preachers and priests out there can teach how to block these type of adversities, and make people aware of the level of spiritual warfare that's happening in the collective, and quite possibly helping and saving a lot of people's lives, especially in the more impoverished and poor communities. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about spiritual duplication. And so this is something I have experienced myself. So anything I'm speaking on, I've experienced, and I've experienced a lot. So today we're going to be talking about spiritual magic duplication. It's kind of like a twin energy, a copycat energy. So someone with a spiritual, this is just in general, someone right now in the collective is dealing with someone who has some sort of attachment, even though they look peaceful, they look happy. This individual is going to hear some news, or someone's going to hear some news about someone projecting very toxic, energetic cords to people. And this is where this toxic energy is coming. And a lot of you guys in the community don't know what I mean about energetic cords, but you understand the words of vampire, emotional vampire type of energy. This is where someone speaks to you and then you feel drained. That moment of feeling drained, there's a transparent cord connected to you, to your sacral, your heart chakra, your back, your neck, your face, wherever these cords hits or lands, usually an emotional part of your body. As you're speaking to someone, some cords are energetic cords are very positive, they're pure white light. And then there's some cords that are black, brown, red, and things like that. So today we're going to be talking about duplication in regards to energetic cords that practitioners, witches, healers, even dark healers, some people will have some sort of understanding about. And so what's going on right now? Someone has an addiction in the collective who practice black magic, is acting as a witch or a warlock. And what they're doing is they have a very negative karmatic habit. And they're connected, their habit is using this ability. They use this ability to siphon people's emotions, happiness, blessings, um, steal financial energies from people, opportunities from people energetically. Okay, so some of you guys are like thinking about like, oh, I'm supposed to be getting a promotion, and you're talking to this particular individual. This person is literally siphoning your promotion, and then you go back to work and you're not getting the job. You're like, oh, the position is closed, or you're like, that's so odd. And a lot of you who are not really into the more subtle spiritual warfare, you would think it's just natural what's happening to you. Oh, it's just bad luck. Oh, it was closed. Opportunity I missed. And a lot of it is what you're dealing with is someone who's doing a heavy abusive. And I'm talking about somebody who's not, I'm not talking about the people who are not aware that they're siphoning or doing energetic cords to you. I'm talking about this energy today, which is duplication energetic harvesting. Cords, energetic cords that a lot of spiritual people know how to cut and sever, and tend to. Someone in the collective is using their energy and sending out parasitic entities to siphon you, to manipulate you in regards to some sort of heavy addiction that they have. And they're doing this with a smile, by the way. If you see them today, they're very happy, peaceful, collected. They don't have an issue. They don't see anything wrong with this because they don't think anyone knows or anyone sees. And so I've been dealing with this myself. So I tell the collective, I've been seeing this person duplicate themselves. So when you're dealing with spiritual warfare, a lot of you who are practitioners or who have some, which I call it energetic manipulation knowledge, a lot of you would do a return to sender, and it will sling those cords back to that individual. And in doing so, this person has learned how to duplicate themselves more than once, maybe two, to three times. Where if you send them energy, they're not sending it just to one, I call it solid energy imprint. You're sending it to three. And a lot of you in the collective, I noticed, have been speaking on a Pisces Virgo energy, and what you're really picking up on is someone who's been using duplication spell magic and have duplicated themselves, and the original source is a Gemini sign. So someone who's a Gemini, which is ironic, a twin, who has been duplicating themselves in an energetic footprint in the magical realm, duplication magic. And this person has been shocked, has been doing this for a very long time, where they don't think anyone sees them, nor do they think anyone sees the entity, nor do they think anyone knows where it's coming from. These strange, draining, fatigue moments that completely knocks you out, or having these odd dreams or moments in your household, like your house is feeling odd or weird, or you're getting psychic attacks and not knowing where it come from. This person also has a power to do mimicry. And a mimicry is when they duplicate your energy and come into people's dreams as you, looking as you, and doing evil works against people. So when the people wake up, they're thinking they're seeing you, and really what they're seeing is a mimicry duplication spell in full-blown action. And so that's what's happening in the collective right now. And someone, probably this practitioner, because, they're probably gonna get some shocking news that people are gonna know that they've been doing some sort of duplication magic. So if anybody's been having dreams of me, honey, I'm pretty sure somebody has been mimicking and stealing from you, and you're thinking these people are stealing from you. And what it is that somebody has shapeshift and mimicried these energies where they have copycat people's imprints in their sleep or in their working day life. Like you could be working, if you don't have the sight of mediumship, you're not going to see these things, and they're attacking innocent people with black magic. And this person who feels like they're never doing any wrong is actually spending a lot of time trying to steal from the collective, doing these duplication spells during the daytime, not at night. This person must be very bored and spend a lot of time in the astral realm using this duplication magic to attach himself to people in a complete household. He can attack a whole household subtly, and trying to duplicate himself or her or them to steal like a money abundance, knowledge, or whatever they're trying to get from you collectives. And they've been doing this for a quite a while, thinking that they have no one has known or been aware of it. The collective is probably this the group of people that's probably being affected in the collective right now is probably unsure what's happening to them right now. They're probably thinking it's just some natural, odd health issue, some odd circumstances in their life. And this particular individual that has been doing this in the collective has become so addicted to it that a lot of you have, it has become a habitual habit that a lot of you just think it's life circumstances while you're going through certain things in your life. And it's actually a very living human being who is now a human parasite who is using these toxic energetic cords. Instead of cutting them off, he's actually using these cords to siphon your energy and drain you or steal from you in some sort of way. Okay, collective? This is a very bad habit, very nasty energy, and very draining. So this person has this addiction where they're going through some kind of financial loss, and they're looking again. They see that some of you have the energy, some of you have the financial opportunities in your life, and this person is addicted to stealing your opportunities and stealing your finances. This person is also doing some plans right now, collective, in the moment. What time is it? 6:30 p.m. on a Saturday. This person is planning now in some way of trying to see how he or she, because it's showing a male who has a cool persona. This guy thinks he's too cool for school. Again, he thinks everything's cool, calm, and collected. What he's doing right now, or she, in the collective, what they're doing is they're trying to have a plot to set up to steal something from you. Again, this could be if some of you have a website. This person could be trying to find ways to get access to your data, or phishing or phishing or whatever you want to call it, where they're trying to also duplicate your website and steal and redirect information to his website or her website, and steal your uh your information to get his own or her own success. And this also shows too that this person may actually be stealing your information, your business products, your business ideas, and and is trying to claim it as their own, or simply steal creative energies so that they can produce something of their own. Okay, so this is what's happening in the collective right now. There is some people that may be aware, maybe some elders that know about him or her, and they're aware of the situation. They have not stopped this person yet because it's bringing a lot of attention, not just to them, but to the association that they flow with. It's causing a lot of attention that's probably not necessarily needed. Okay. So again, this person is actually going through, so yeah, the person is actually going through some sort of addictive harvesting during the daytime, during the nighttime. But they're not just energy harvesting with black magic. They're doing duplication spells where you're seeing more than one individual, not just one person. You know, you're thinking, oh, I'm getting attacked by somebody, and someone is doing some sort of shape-shifting duplication spell, like a cloning of energy, where they can duplicate something from you, and then try to use that essence for themselves. And so someone has gotten to the point where they're duplicating themselves not as one person, but 2 to 3 people. And then if some of you who have the gift of sight, you'll see them 3 times, 2 times in the energetic field, using this duplication magic to do siphoning, or harvesting or attempting to steal. And most of you who are really strong in spiritual warfare know how to fight. Instead of fighting for one, you're fighting duplicate energies in this field, a very distorted energy, and a very probably something that I wouldn't recommend somebody do too often. I'm pretty sure it's a very draining energy, or somehow um, they're thinking it is making it easy for them to steal from you by being in duplicate energy. Again, someone may have done something with a contract or agreement with an entity. So this person may have gotten this duplication energy from a entity to be able to do this type of duplication. Okay, so instead of him being a twin, he's trying to be a twin, triplet, and quadruplet by impersonating you happily with your spiritual gifts, your spiritual creativity, and maybe even doing something as corrupt as duplicating his spirit, this magic, to duplicate some sort of financial corruption or cohesion in some sort of technology, computer cybering, hacking, phishing, email hacking, or duplicating of some sort of energetic property, or I'll call it um, websites and things like that. This person is trying to steal, but there is spiritual protection here. This person is going to get automatic judgment from this. This person may actually get caught and go to jail. There is a victory for the collective. Again, someone who's doing this in excess. This is why I'm speaking this out for the collective, because the collective need to know that there's a big warning sign, not just for you collective, but for this individual who's duplicating themselves or trying to involve you in some sort of third party. Again, this weird energetic triangulation, but someone has done this to the point where they have become addicted to this theft, become addicted to it's become addicted to this habitual I don't know what you want to call it, trespassing. Uh I would say this is extreme trespassing. So this is what someone is doing right now in the collective. They're doing it extremely excessive. They don't think they're going to get caught, but they have again been caught, and they're showing themselves as not one person, but in duplicate energies now. So some of you who have the gift of sight, you will see this person not once, but 2 to 3 times, and you're not understanding why. Somewhere in the collective, a group of people, keep in mind that these people may start to confuse you with this information, and you'll start to see these elite people start to confuse you and twist what is actually happening. What I'm telling you is not some twisted influence. I'm not here to try to make you believe something that's false. I'm giving you straight modern spiritual authority, that there is levels to spiritual warfare that a lot of us are not comprehending. They think y'all protected. And I'm letting you know that you're not protected enough, and I ain't playing whatsoever. So, someone in the collective, watch out for these teacher mentors or a group of people who start to confuse you with mind games and question reality. As they said, there was no Jesus, and Jesus is black, and Jesus is this. I've seen the Holy Spirit, and I'm gonna let you know now. You need to be very, very mindful of how these people are communicating to you and getting you to believe or thinking things or coerce you to believe and not defending yourself and taking your own mind and saving yourself and your family from people who wants to believe that, hey, this is imaginary. I am a very strong medium shamanic priest, high priestess at that. And I'm letting you know now, someone has creatively or will try to attempt to creatively confuse you, collective. They're going to speak like they got some trust and clout. And I'm telling you right now, the devil can wear a three-piece suit, wear the shiniest shoes, and got the voice of an angel. And they're going to start to confuse you, collective. I'm telling you right now, there's someone out here using duplication magic, mimicry, shape-shifting energies in the collective during the day, in the nighttime, stealing people's energies, and they sit in people's houses. I'm not joking. They are in the astral realm, literally in your house for hours, watching you, duplicating energy, trying to figure out how to steal from you, then attempt to. If it fails, they try again. This is how persistent this person is. This person is on a path to hell. This is a person who is doing the most, collective. Okay? This person has a very dark attachment and a very nasty habit. Okay? This person needs to be exposed and understand that this chaos magic is to sabotage you, collective, in your life. These levels of spiritual strongholds are not the Old Testament type of levels. I'm letting you know right now, you gotta understand modern spiritual authority. That's what's happening in the collective. A lot of you who never understand what spiritual warfare means, and you only have the example of the Bible. I'm just letting you know what the modern impressions of spiritual warfare is happening today. And as I hope that this message gets out into the collective, churches, preachers, and pastors, and very aligned healers and teachers and prophetess will continue to go out into the collective and speak the truth and not distort people into confusion and having these people with no protection in a time where you're going to need not just normal protection, but max level, God level protection in the coming years, not just now, but years. So I don't want to leave the public out here vulnerable, catching on too late, and not understand what extent of spiritual trespassing that has been going out in the collective. Okay, so this is what I want people to understand, that there is a um um individual who is not just one individual. I'm talking about multiple of collective of people doing this particular practice. And the only reason I'm mentioning it today, just to clarify, is because this person is doing it so much to the point where it's hours and days. This person is doing this 8 hours, and it's all day long. And then, of course, witches work in the night. They're doing this all night long as well. And so this is attacking a lot of people, and a lot of you don't know what's happening to you. And I'm just giving it to you straight, calm, as professional as I can, and as grounded as I can, so that some of you guys can be able to understand what a lot of people are experiencing, and you having these back pains. And people say, what are the signs of being siphoned? Or what are the signs of being somebody's duplicating or mimicry? Mimicry is when somebody looks like somebody and is not them. It's again, it could be me coming to you in a dream, and you have to test the spirit. But a lot of them are coming in, and they're coming in as the essence of your mother, your father, coming in as the essence of your husband and boyfriend, and sleeping with you or eating with you or offering you things, asking you questions in these dream states as you or someone you trust. And that's mimicry. But what is duplication is when someone has called a spirit, and it has a lot of technicals and like a SWIT, and it's not always transparent, but it can be different versions, but it has a lot of technicals or uh, tendrils, and it's literally siphons parts of your body, like it can get on your face, on your neck, all over your body, all over, and your back is usually where they attack the most in your solar plex area. And sometimes they can do things to your attached to your root chakra. So it's like an octopus, but worse than an octopus. I think octopus is pretty bad too, or a squid. And these are real spiritual attacks as well. And then they siphon you, and they're literally just sucking the light out of you, whatever information they can get, like your what's going on in your immediate future, what business ideas you're doing, what promotions you're getting, money you're getting. Again, spiritual thieves that have escalated and tried to master it in such a way where they just want to be able to steal and not work. These people probably don't have a job, and they're just trying to master ways of making money, and they're doing this to people, innocent, quiet, usually people who they think they can do this to forever, and energy harvest and steal from people. Um, and they usually sometimes have other people assist them as well through astral projection, remote view, and they send a lot of monitoring spirits so they can calculate the timing of when you're doing things and how to attack you to be able to steal energies from you or something tangible in the spirit. And so collective, this is, I call it, this is things that are going on. But right now, the collective spirit is on this, I call it on the case for you. And that you're going to go through a period of healing that, as we start to properly educate people what's happening into your lives, there's ways to protect yourself from these things, but you have to be very consistent. Of course, I'm not going to pronounce this on podcast because a lot of you just can't be straight off the jump uh, fighting battles that most of you may not have authority to fight. And I'm not trying to get you out here getting your butt kicked by some spirit, but I will definitely pass the information out as do needed. As if you want me to help you, if you're having some issue, I can definitely help you. There will be some information I will provide, but it will be in the future, or probably today, tomorrow, that you can actually read up on. But this is what's happening in the collective right now, and a lot of you are going through it. Let me just see what information I can get for you today. Again, a lot of Christians need to start figuring out so many things that they're going through. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say nobody's name, but there's a person I know for a fact has been getting spiritually attacked. This person has a lot of money, and their family member has a lot of money, and I don't know who these people are hanging out with, but nobody really comes to hang out with you until you have money. Watch out for that. Because they had friends before they had this big, I call it glow up in their life. But when they got the glow up, a whole lot more people start to show up. And it looked good in the beginning. You living a life, you block the walk, going on trips. And someone in the last, I would say 2 years, has been under spiritual warfare to a point where they have somebody wanted them to have a downfall, and they did end up having a major downfall. Um, that has really challenged them in their life. They're going to get out of it, but it was definitely a tough time, and I really believe that someone has targeted them as well for how their life has transcended. Like you could actually look at someone and see two lives, with the lives of when they're not in warfare and the lives when they're in warfare. You can, if you really have the gift, you can look at somebody and tell that their life is supposed to be in a certain alignment, and that you can sometimes actually literally see the warfare that they're in. Um, almost like a duality. Again, a lot of things about duplications today of what this person's life is supposed to be like and what is chasing them and tormenting them in the spirit. Again, somebody want to cause a massive confusion. They want you to be seen as something you're not, collective as well. You can do this in duplication spells. You can do the same thing where they can make you look like something you're not or proclaim something. This is again about false witnesses. I hear a lot about this week as well. There's a lot of false tales that some people have been producing for years and years about you. Maybe evil acts, evil deeds, that you're not who you say you are, you're mentally off, and all these things. And what they have done is has created a narrative of mental confusion to confuse the masses from actually getting the truth. And someone's in fear about this. Whatever confusion or illusion that they have put out there on you, they're scared now. Someone's a very big fat ass liar, excuse my language, and they have done heavy emotional manipulation with gossip. So right now, someone out there in the collective who's been projecting this very toxic, cord, vampirish energy, parasitic energy out there in the collective has gone out and done extreme, massive amount of mind Jedi tricks. And I really do believe that this person has actually done some sort of mental magic to the collective as well. These are red cords. Those are red cords, sometimes black, but the red cords holds people to do and abide by them. This is again like an energetic soul tie or energetic agreement where people who their discernment has weakened because they have trusted them so much. So this is like, for instance, I mean, if I don't like you, I don't like you. And somebody tomorrow may try to do some magic where I wake up tomorrow morning and I freaking love the person. I come home and I'm bringing the person into the house. My sister's like, I thought you weren't cool with this person. And I'm like, oh no, we're good now. I'm great. And I'm sitting there and I'm talking, blah, 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 having a great time of my life. And my sister was looking at me like, this bitch has, she hated this person. And now the person's in the kitchen, like, this is the type of manipulation that somebody has gotten a collective of people on. I feel like there's a mass group of people who has some sort of somebody may have Jedi mind trick y'all. I don't know if y'all ate out at this person's house or this person has come into your subconscious. And I'm not joking when I say this, has also projected to you in your subconscious and made you go into an agreement with them because I see extreme mental confusion, extreme emotional manipulation where people are just coming into agreement to anything this person has said, if it's lies and gossip. These people are believing every lie and gossip because they're not able to discern this liar due to some sort of magic, emotional manipulation, or energetic imprint of emotional manipulation through black magic. This person is getting these people to believe anything they say through the forms of some sort of I'm gonna say cord attachment, some kind of energetic, toxic cord attachment, very heavy mind control, very heavy emotional manipulation. And a lot of you guys are very vulnerable and are very open to these influences right now. And a lot of you would not believe it until you could see it for yourself. And so someone is being very superstitious and has energetically poisoned people with some sort of black magic. This is not a small group of people. This is when you do gossip, you don't gossip to one person, you gossip to a multitude of people. They have been poisoning the collective with either words or some sort of energy that they have been poisoning the collective to keep them in some sort of control. And this is about spiritual entrapment. So these people befriending this person, thinking that they're naturally in control of their mind, body, and spirit. And this person has been energetically doing some sort of magic to get people to come into agreement with them, like them, love them in some sort of way, so that they can have some sort of clout or access to whatever they're looking for. Maybe just to be popular. I don't know, but there's some sort of energetic footprint here, and this is giving some sort of group, causing them to have some sort of energetic entrapment with the knowledge that they have and how they've been doing this. Okay. This person wants to bind you up. They want to bind everybody up. They want to bind everybody's finances and love and copycat your energy. So this is again theft. This is showing this person has done so much that they have created this person is exposing this whole organization. My God. I'm just gonna sit here and just look. This person's practice and this person's habits is exposing a whole group and smiling while they're doing it. I don't know. They're stealing people's money, and this person's habits has created a shitstorm. So it's making these people exposed. It's, you know how you expose one person and then you expose the rest? It's giving that kind of vibe. Um, Somebody's in trouble because they're talking. They're doing so much in the excess that they're doing so much in excess that this is why I can't be in a group organization. People like this, again, oh my God. You get this one crazy, addicted chauvinist, and this person's very narcissistic. You can't tell them nothing. Their habits has exposed the whole organization. Their habits, their addiction, their behavior has exposed a whole organization. That's what's happening in the collective right now. Someone's spiritual toxicity, cord leaching, parasitic energy, day and night and day, has exposed themselves, not just themselves, but a whole other organization. And they have layered magic over magic over magic over magic, trying to appear alluring and glamored up. This is somebody you wouldn't even think would do something as toxic and dark and negative as this. And they're very corrupt. And it's all for the love of money. Yeah, they're very addicted to it. But it's costing them money blocks. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. This is a crazy time for the collective. This is someone who has become so addicted in this spiritual practice of spiritual thievery, trespassing against people, and false witness that they have become so corrupted by poisoning the collective with information or gossip and lies. This person has spoon fed some group of people and they're locked under some sort of mind manipulation, MK Ultra. I don't know what this person got access to get a whole group of people to just say yes all in unison, but this person has done something like that. They've been addicted to it, but whatever their bribe, whatever they have accepted or stolen or corrupted, they're now going into poverty. Okay? This addiction for the gain of money has now caused them to be in poverty. And they want to seem like and they want to entangle you in some sort of third party. Again, a lot of you need to do a cord cutting. This person has been heavily stalking you. This person has been stalking you in the astral realm, or through remote view. And it's almost like they live in the house with you, but in the astral realm. It's like a lot of you don't know anything about astral altars, but if you're a priest who's really strong in the areas of warfare, there's a lot of things that people can leave in your house in the astral realm. And this is giving me the vibe that somebody has camped out a house in your house and has hung out and lived with you in the astral realm. I'm not joking. For this is how addicted they have become. This is somebody who is not mentally well and has a strong addiction, maybe has fallen in love with somebody and has super high insecurities of where you're going in life and has tried to hinder you in doing so in the astral realm. As again, someone who has spiritually trespassed you to the extreme collective. This is some wild stuff here. This is someone who has trespassed against you to the utmost. And there's going to be a group of people who are not going to be happy about it. And it may be people from the same organization. This is exposing them. This person's activities, not even their own activities, which is pretty negative as well. This is exposing a group of people and their activities of how they've been stealing from the collective, not just intellectual properties, they've been stealing things in the astral realm, in the sleep realm, and this is could be affecting their businesses and the way they have been trying to grow their businesses through this theft of the spiritual habits that they have created for this group. Um, but that's what it's giving, collective. Hold on one second. Let's see what the outcome is, that they're not going to be able to steal it, but they're going to attempt as many times as possible to try to steal it. I will ask that everybody get every sort of security for the internet. For the internet, you need a lot of security. Your cell phone needs security. Your websites, your computers need to be security featured. I know a lot of you are not really savvy, but there is some things out there where you can snag every person's IP address that pings you. There's ways to do it. But some of you guys going to need to up level your spiritual I call it spiritual cyber intelligence, and I'm going to call it just that. I may have to call it this title, spiritual cyber intelligence as well, for the collective. I may do a podcast on that tomorrow. Spiritual cyber intelligence. Um, Actually, I may do that tonight. Um, but yeah, spiritual cyber intelligence. So this is what some I feel like some of these people in the community will find this information quite interesting. Somebody's pretty lustful. There's a lot of people involved with technology. I feel like somebody, again, a Pisces sign, I really believe that this person has duplicated themselves by mimicking and shapeshifting, that it's really not the Pisces. It's not really a Pisces. It's really someone who's duplicating their energy as a Piscean energy. But they're getting caught. This whatever plans they had, this person, due to the excess, like overdoing it, literally, this is why they're getting caught. They have been such a slut in stealing and doing things in such a I call it cahoots with other people. They have done it in such a, yeah, they expose themselves. Yeah, and then they try to lie, and it's making it worse. To be honest with you, someone may be a professional liar, and this professional liar is, you know how you have to lie to a point where you have to lie. I see this guy. I see a man who he had to cover up so many times the shit that these people have done. And I can see him turn around and he's trying to make up a lie. And I can see him going, God damn it. And he's trying to come up with a lie about cyber theft, black magic and cyber. I can see him trying to come up with a lie, but it's getting to a point where he's mustering up lies that don't make sense. And people, you know how you lie and everybody go, huh? Because there's no more excuses to this. There's no more excuses. They're running out of excuses. He was gonna blame it on, blame it on the alcohol. I mean, this person does have an addiction, but I feel sorry for whoever has to do the explanation of what the hell's going on. Do something, I see somebody yelling at a leader going, do something. The person is like, what the how many fires do I have to put out? God damn it. But it's all for the love of money. That's the problem. And they have done it to a point where, to a degree where it's exposing them now. Like, ain't nobody, and every thief has his day. Everybody has their moment of meeting the end. Everybody does, especially when you do crime. So I don't know. This is giving me catch me, catch me if you can energy. I don't know if any of y'all watch Leonardo DiCaprio, but it's giving me that, where they're just learning these new ways of theft. And it's like Tom Hanks, he's like, you know, holding a man's wallet, and the thief runs downstairs to the car, and he looks up at him, and he waves at him, and he waves back, and he slowly opens up the wallet and figure out that all the shit was fraud and empty, and he just met the thief. I feel like this is the energy of uh you know this is the energy of that movie. Catch me if you can. But it's spiritual theft. Okay. And they're using technology as well. They're using, I call it spiritual cyber intelligence. That's what I'm going to call it. Even if it's negative or good, spiritual cyber intelligence, that's what we're dealing with right here in the collective. Um, yeah, it says, yeah, their days of stealing and poisoning people, their days are over. And, oh, if not, it will be soon because I see some people coming up to the forefront. I don't know who these people are, but they look like they're seriously badass. I don't see this approach lasting very long. This cyber theft and this spiritual poisoning, not just courts, but somebody has been spiritually poisoning a group of people uh through chaos magic. And I see some heavy hitters coming up to batter up. Okay, collective. I'm gonna leave this to you guys. I'll be back with another podcast about cybersecurity, spiritual level of modern spiritual authority. I hope you enjoyed this intellectual conversation. Everything I said here is not made up. This, if I was a preacher or a pastor, would be if I would be preaching in church. But I'm not. So I want you to understand that this is supernatural and that not all of it is out of reach of reality. If you got a Bible, everything's supernatural in that Bible. It's happening modern times. We're in the periods of revelations, and you can sit here and daydream and have amnesia if you want to. But I'm letting you know now, this is what you need to understand for your own protection. You think you're protected. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not protected enough. And up in these up and coming times, there's going to be a great tribulation coming ahead, and a lot of you thinking you are ready for what you got, for ready for the storm, and a lot of you are not even prepared. A lot of you are just wide openly vulnerable, and the attacks from this type of trespassing and the persistence of it is going to be quite a journey for a lot of you. Okay, this is for your protection, not for play. Um, yeah, protect yourselves at any way possible. Okay, thank you, collective. Until next time.